forum, with President Jammeh insisting there was no gray area as far as he is concerned, regardless of the issues at the heart of the discussion. The delegates took the invitation to speak their mind and to grant their approval for what they called one of the most transparent elections ever on the continent. Abdunjai, Grts.
Meanwhile, the President, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh, has received a felicitory message from the Iraqi President Jalal al-Talabani. The text of the message reads, "On the occasion of Eid al-Fitr, I extend my fraternal heartfelt congratulations and best wishes and that of the people of Iraq. May Almighty Allah return the gracious occasion being celebrated by the Islamic Ummah with success, progress and grace for Your Excellency. I seize this opportunity to wish Your Excellency and family profound health, peace, progress and prosperity." It ends. Still on messages addressed to the State House but on a different subject, the Gambia's ambassador to the United States, Aliou Momodou writes, "On behalf of the embassy staff and our families, and on my own behalf, I write to express our sincere condolences to you, Her Excellency the First Lady and the First Family, on the demise of your mother-in-law, Madam Rimu El Hassadi Suma. May Almighty Allah, the Merciful, pardon and reward her with paradise. May Allah rest her soul in perfect peace and give the family the fortitude to bear this great loss. Please accept the assurances of my highest consideration and esteem." The message reads. The condolence message from the Gambia's High Commissioner to Senegal, Ismaila Sambo, reads, "My family and staff of the High Commission in Dakar join me in extending sincere condolences to Your Excellency, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh, Her Excellency Madam Zainab Yahya Jammeh, and the First Family on the death of our dear mother-in-law and mother, Madam Rimu El Hassadi Suma. May Allah enhance the recompense, be generous in the calamity, and forgive the deceased." It concludes. Stakeholders in higher and secondary education are meeting to assess gains made by the sector and factors hindering progress. The Joint Donor Implementation Review and Supervisory Partnership Dialogue kicked off on Monday at the Regional Education Directorate in Kanifing. Samuel Barr has the rest of that story.
6 months, the Joint Donor Implementation Review and Supervisory Partnership Dialogue is jointly organized by the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and donor partners. The forum brings together local and foreign stakeholders to discuss relevant issues affecting the Gambia's education system. This interface of education experts, according to officials, is in line with the Paris Declaration and the Accra Agenda for Action on Aid Effectiveness. It offers development partners the opportunity to converge every 6 months to review the entire tutoring program in terms of achievements and challenges.
Our achievements are great because looking at the entire sector, we've been able to achieve access because of our donors. We are able to support us in terms of providing the resources and the technical assistance required. In terms of the quality, which is a challenge to us, they are doing everything possible to make sure that they share with us their expertise and send us the required technical assistance and the required resources in terms of finances so that we work on those issues to strengthen the quality issue.
As a result, the ministry is also obliged to take at regular interval to sit with these donor partners to discuss with them of some of our achievements and challenges and the way forward as long as the sector is concerned.
Forum also identifies some of the pressing challenges of the teaching and learning sector, such as enrollment and the ever-increasing number of intakes in the madrasa schools, which officials believe need to be incorporated in the Gambia's development programs.
It has posed a challenge to the ministry because the rate at which people are enrolled at the madrasa is high. So what that means is that the ministry has to also make the madrasas, to design the syllabus of the madrasas, the curriculum of the madrasas in such a way that people who pass through that system can also be fully prepared to contribute to the economy of the Gambia.
Despite being a government-subvented sector, the donor contributions to the ministry has been valuable, something officials believe is certainly impacting on the general success of the country's education sector. For their part, the donor representatives expressed satisfaction in the manner in which the ministry is executing the project.
I would like also to take the opportunity to congratulate the government of the Gambia for the efforts that they are making in the education sector. So the contribution that the government is putting in in education are putting the Gambia as one of the best countries in achieving education for all main goals.
Of course, we also benefit always greatly from field visits, and it's always very engaging to have discussions between policymakers and the type of and the persons who actually make the work, the hard work, to provide results in the education sector. And every time we come, there's always new information emerging. I think this is a sector where you have a strong diagnostic base.
With the objectives of this interface premised on the ministry's resolve to attaining accessible, relevant and quality education, it is hoped that participants will dedicate time to the process. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
Top performers in a recent hygiene promotion competition organized by the Health Education Unit of the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and supported by UNICEF recently gathered in Mansakonko, Lower River region to receive their awards and prizes. Babakar Kamara reports on the event that saw the participation of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education.
Going on among schools. Way back in June, July, we conducted a hygiene competition among the schools across the country. So 30 schools participated in each of the regions.
It is the ceremony set to reward the efforts of 180 participating schools in a hygienic competition organized by the Health Education Unit of the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare.
Promotion of health in schools, I think, is a good idea because students are very good change agents, and we need to inculcate practices, good practices, into students, whereby they can grow with it, grow up with this attitude, move around to meet different communities with the same attitude. So
many were called, but few ended as winners, attracting prizes as high as $10,000 for first positions, $7,500 for second, and $5,000 for third positions respectively. This motivation, according to officials, is embedded in the new advocacy strategy of the Health Ministry in their quest to nurture hygienic practices at the grassroots level.
Because it's through education that we can register a very serious and significant health delivery system. We deliver, we make our people healthy, we deliver health programs and activities through education. And that is why all the time schools have been very important partners in this endeavor.
The ceremonies aim at motivating peoples to serve as peer advocates for the improvement of hygienic practices at both community and home level. Babakar Kamara, GRTS.
Well, you can also follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. We'll be back with more stories from outside the Gambia after this break.
The world in your pocket.
The world on your mobile.
Get the latest top stories from all over the world directly from Al Jazeera Network straight to your AfriCell line. Breaking news,
political news,
and sport news.
Be the first to get the latest on everything happening around the world by SMS on your AfriCell line.
To subscribe, type SUB and send it by SMS to 7272.
And stay up to date with the latest news from Al Jazeera Network.
All the latest news stories and headlines from across the globe.
For $1 per day, only on your AfriCell line.
Welcome back. Activists in Egypt have boycotted the first round of parliamentary elections, saying a civilian body should manage the transition to democracy, not the military. State TV says 25 people were injured in election-related violence on day one. Otherwise, the first vote since the fall of Hosni Mubarak in February was been relatively calm. CNN's Jim Clancy is in Cairo and now tells us more on the situation there.
Well, it is still calm, and we are here in Tahrir Square. I can tell you that as that second round of voting goes ahead, there's a reaction here. Of course, the thing that people feared the most was that there would be violence surrounding this first round of the elections. That has not materialized. Apparently, it's good news for investors. The Egyptian stock market rising some 7 billion Egyptian pounds.